towards contractual work, yun ang nag-dissipate sa strength ng worker itself to bargain for better benefits, better pay. Kunyari, sa hotels natin ngayon. Sa labor code kasi, bawal talaga yung labor-only contracting, yung contractualization, especially yung mga core essential jobs. So, hotel, syempre yung pagiging bellhop, di ba? Essential yung sa, yung pagiging kahit na waiter, waitress. And yet, ilan sa mga hotels yan sa Metro Manila, halos 70% contracted out na yung labor. Pati yung mga waiters and waitresses, iilan nila yung regular employees. Ngayon, kunyari, merong, sabi mo na may wedding, nag-overtime, ang daming bisita, sumagsa. Meron kang regular employee na waiter, meron kang contractual employee na waiter. Etong regular employee, isa siguro alam ko, entitled siya pag pinaghati-hatian yung customer service, yung mga tips, entitled siya sa service charge. Entitled siya sa overtime pay. Mas mataas pa yung sweldo niya. Yung contractual waiter, na ganun din naman yung ginawa, ganun din yung get ng trabaho, ganun din yung kapagod, wala siyang overtime pay, hindi siya entitled sa benefits. And then, kung may magreklamo pa sa kanya, vulnerable pa siya na matanggal. So, kung meron kang situation, and then meron kang possibility o opportunity na mag-abroad, meron kang contract for 2 years, yung sweldo mo, dollars pa, and then, yung pamilya mo, parang iba yung status, o nasa barangay ka sa isang remote area, sa na katulad ng pinuntahan ko sa isang remote Bulacan. Iba ang tingin pag nalaman na yung tatay o yung anak nag-abroad para magtrabaho. Na biglang nagiging part ng middle class yung mga families sa Amerika. Ang problema, after ng 2-year contract, balik na naman sila. And then kung hindi nakapag-ipon yung pamilya, slide down na naman. So, hindi pwedeng talakayin yung overseas employment na hindi mo inuugat yung problema sa local employment.
Second question, sa palagay mo mag-a-appeal sa election, pwede bang gawing election issue ang labor issue?
Kalaban mo rin siya.
The reason why I say that, kasi...
Kaya ka walang vote positive na doon sa...
Kasi
lahat ng negosyante ka,
for example, leading you to a sub-question. Kasi si Bongbong sabi niya, ano yun? Halagang...
Asikasong Bongbong.
Asikasong Bongbong.
Meron naka-sticker niya.
O asikasong Bongbong. Si Joey, corruption. Parang gano'n.
Oo.
Tama, parang gano'n. Parang bahagi siya ng corruption, alam niya yun. Kaya gusto niya may tuloy. Hindi niya gusto may tuloy.
I-vote ka namin dyan.
Gusto niya, gusto niyang i-stop out. Parang ganyan. Sino pa ba? Si Risa. Si Satur. Ha?
Si Risa healthcare daw tsaka babae.
Healthcare, pati babae.
Tsaka women's service.
Si Satur, tatay ni Dieter.
Tatay Nino?
Tatay ni Dieter. Pero walang agenda. Hindi, totoo ha. Tatay ni Dieter. Totoo yun. Hindi siya tatay ni Dieter. Pero sa commercial niya, sa ad niya, sabi ng mga tao daw, napapagkamala siya tatay ni Dieter.
May commercial dyan?
Radio, sa radio. Sa radio. Ngayon, in the future, Toots, anong markang Ople? Kasi kami, mga bata kami, maraming mga bata.
Gusto ko, kapal mo.
Actually, honestly, kinover ko yung tatay niya, Julie. When I was a Senate reporter. So, it's one of the best. But, being the daughter of the late Senator, ano ang new natatak ng Ople? Ano masasabi mo, parang, hindi ba siguro totally deviant from your father. But anong sa tingin mo, bakit ka namin iboboto? Ano yung tatak ng Ople?
Yung tatak Ople.
Ano yung brand na Ople na that will differentiate you from the rest. Yung alaga mo.
Yung sa akin siguro, yung hirap naman sabihin na tatak doble, no? Kasi parang calculated naman na yun, na-calculate mo na ito mo.
Pero you have to admit it na the Oakley itself is really an established political brand name.
Yeah, oo.
Because of the, yung good work and excellent Senate record ng father. So, sa iyo, ano yung what encapsulates, ano yung values ng the Oakley brand name?
I think ang hirap kasi pag pangalan mo and then you try to think of it as a brand. But I think yung siguro Oakley would really be about standing up for the ordinary working man. That's always been our thing, kumbaga. He was the author of the labor code. He was the father of the overseas employment program. Yun nga, nasa kandungan pa lang niya ako. Ang kausap na namin sa bahay, labor leaders eh. Sila Puto, sila Zarutan, sila Fabi Oka. I mean, these were the great names eh. When you look at the history of trade unions. And I think sa amin talaga, it's the humility that comes with knowing that no one is really above anyone else. And if that is your mindset, then it's easy for you to relate whatever it is that you learn, whatever it is that you experience in the ordinary life of another person. You don't think celebrity. You don't look at, name brands. Pinalaki kami ng tatay ko na kahit during the Marcos years, I would take the jeep, one ride lang, mula Visayas Avenue, hanggang makarating ako ng Espanya para mag-aral sa UST. While yung mga anak ng ibang cabinet secretaries magkatitigan lang sa disco, nag-aaway, kami nag-jeep lang. So, it's that, I think, kung meron man tatak ng doble, it's the humility to say that, we're not different from you. Don't want to be different from you. If there's pain to be shared, let's share it as a country. Just look at the right solution. Hindi namin ever tinignan ang public office as a source of private delight or private
Or as a profession.
or as a for-profit endeavor. Always in service. Kung labor secretary yung tatay ko, Presidente Marcos would listen to him. Not because he is the ass of the president, but because he knew his stuff. So that's the same kind of professionalism and hard work and I think passion that I would like to bring with me. Sabi ko lagi sinasabi, kailangan marunong kang manglupa. Yung manglupa, sa kanya, nababa ko talaga sa level na ano binayang tao. Mula project 6 sa bahay namin, pag natapos na siya magkape, bababa na yan sa hilera ng jeep. Yun ang kausap niya sa umaga. So, yung Senado, gusto kong pumunta doon, pero hindi dahil sa first. Then, alam ko na yun eh. Naging chief of staff ako ng tatay ko. Naging chief of staff na ako ng Department of Foreign Affairs. Lumaki ako na cabinet secretary na siya ni Marcos. And it never changed us. Ganun pa rin kami. So, ano yung sasakyan ko nung nasa Senate ka ako. Yan pa rin yung ngayon. never changed as kapatid ako sa town hall.